Good morning and welcome back to my channel. This is not my face because honestly I look awful right now. Hello, this is me, unshowered and out of bed, chucked on some clothes and went straight for a walk. So that's what we've done already, isn't it? So as I was saying, welcome back to my channel. So this is the first week of having your husky puppy. We are currently on day 3, I believe. Technically 4, I suppose, actually, because we picked her up on Saturday night. We've only actually had 2 full days of her, and this is going to be our 3rd day because we picked her up right in the evening, so we didn't get home until like 10 p.m. So far, she is honestly incredible for sleeping. At night, last night, we were all so tired. I'm pretty tired, right? I'm not used to all this exercise. So last night, I was asleep on the sofa by 10. Ollie had fallen asleep. Chloe is getting very confident now. Last night, she did come and sit with us, didn't she, Tokyo? She did come and sit with us, which was incredible. So she was asleep on Ollie's lap, and then she moved over to my lap. And Tokyo was asleep just there, underneath the TV. And that is her favourite place to sleep when we're all... Yes, it is, yeah. So that's her favourite place to sleep. She's pretty full on. Oh yeah, and then after that, we put her to bed. So we were both in bed by 11. And then I woke up again at 8 this morning. So she had like 9 hours sleep in her crate, which was good. But as you can see, she's just constantly looking for stuff to do. It's just constant, it just never ends. So we just try and tire her out. Look, now she's pulling up my rug. So we just try and tire her out during the day, but obviously that means we get tired out. So she's had a few frozen carrots. I've given her, she had 2 yesterday, so she's still chomping on one from yesterday, and that seems to be really good for her biting, because her biting's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad as what it was. She's definitely learning. She eats like a gannet. She's more than happy to eat. Like, she's so food obsessed. She does growl when we try and take stuff away from her, but I guess she's just known her boundaries, and me and Ollie aren't exactly scared of dogs. We don't care, like, we'll just take whatever's from her mouth. So we've had a few of that, but other than that, she's been really good. Oh, you can hear me. It's like dealing with a baby. Also, she loves her tummy being scratched. Ready? Her little leg goes. Can I get a smile? Look, paws are gone. That's it. Look at that little smile. Look at that little smile. Look at those little piranha teeth. Honestly, they are like... You got some teethies. You got some teethies. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we stopped them. We'll stop, because you can't bite the sofa. Yeah. Do you want your tummy scratched or not? Do you want it scratched?
No.
Right, well then, behave. No. Get some peace. Get some peace. Frankie's around here somewhere. There he is. Frankie. Frank. Come here. Hello, darling. Frank. He's still sulking at the moment. He doesn't want to... He's playing hard to get. Oh, there we go. We've been playing in the garden. She loves water, so she's been playing with the tap. She's gone for like 3 poos out there already today, and it's only just about to go 12. Which is good. She hasn't pooed inside at all for about 48 hours now, which is really good. Still wheeze, but there tend to be now more on the puppy pads inside and occasionally outside too, but that's okay. Like, apparently it takes Huskies a lot longer because they've got a smaller bladder. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Generally, she's really good. We've been doing some training. She's really good with sit, down, and my next one is wait. So I've been trying to teach her patience. She's very food obsessed, food orientated. she gets too excited around food, so I'm trying to make her wait. I managed to get all the way to there. Please literally ignore the state of my house. If you have a puppy, don't bother trying to clean your house. Like, I'm constantly mopping, or I haven't hoovered yet because I don't know what she's going to be like for hoover, so I need to hoover today. I managed to get all the way over there by the bins and she was there, which is very good. Also, have you noticed that all the curtains are high up? Because that's a fun game, isn't it? Trying to get all the curtains. Also, our lovely Arabic coffee has had to be moved up there because we don't want it smashed. Chloe's food is up there, obviously hierarchy, and we don't want her eating it. Chloe's litter tray is in there. Oh, this is what's happening at the moment. This is our current stair gate. That stair gate obviously we purchased, but it was too short, so Ollie's ordered an extender, should be here today. That's obviously what it come in, so once everything's gone, we'll run it to the bin. Anyway, Chloe's litter tray is in there, and she ate her poo for the first time. Well, I think it was the first time, to be honest with you, but Chloe pooed in a litter tray, Tokyo ate it, which I know is very common. Great. I mean, this is my face now. I actually felt relieved to have a shower this morning. I was like, I need a shower. Let me plait my hair, let me feel normal. So I done that. My face is a hot mess. Sorry, not sorry, it is what it is. Anyway, she's doing really, really well. I'm really impressed. Last night, Chloe, by the way, she's just so confident. She's doing so well. We are one of those people that, yes, you can come up on the sofa, but on the 60 formula, I was watching about how to introduce your Husky to your cat, and one of the things he recommended was don't let your dog choose to go on the sofa. Like, the dog can go on the sofa if you want, but you have to invite the dog up, whereas the cat obviously just goes on 24/7, so it's a hierarchy thing. It's also really interesting to learn how they think. Like, one of the things 60 Formula also said is that he showed it with his dog, is that if you give them a command sitting down, they're less likely to do it, so you have to stand up. So every time I sit down and I'm like, sit, she won't, so I have to stand up and say sit, and then she does. We're getting really good with feeding. She's waiting for her food now, which is a big deal. We're trying to not make her so aggressive. She does growl. She doesn't bite, but she does growl if you take things away from her. So that is the current situation, but I'm very much going with the kind of saying that a tired dog is a happy dog. So I'm literally exhausted. I think I've done more steps in this last 3 days than I have all of last year. So this is a big shock. They're definitely not cats. They're completely different. I don't think I realised how much of a cat lady I turned into, but no, she's doing really well. So yeah, Chloe's only swiped at her once, and that's because you got all up in her grill, didn't you? All up in her face. You're learning. You are learning, and she's very good now. It's mad to think they've only had her for a few days. She's learned so much in that time. So much. She loves the washing machine. That's her little entertainment. Walking's a difficult one. She is getting better. She's very good once she goes, but she does just tend to put the brakes on quite a lot. So, and I always make sure like the roads are not too hot by putting my bare foot down as well. So I tend to walk her in flip-flops and just put my foot down on the concrete. If it's too hot for me, it's too hot for her. But whenever I've taken her, it's never been hot. I always avoid like midday. So this morning we went again at 8 a.m. I won't be able to do this during the summer. It will be too hot, but I'm making the most of it for now. And then I'll take her again about 4 once the sun's set a bit and it's not as hot. And then she goes for another one when it gets dark. So about 8. We're not walking very far at the moment because it's more important. Like, I'm keeping her busy during the day anyway, so it's more important for me to keep her busy and keep her focused on walking. So for me, it's not the quantity, it's not how far we're going, it's how well she's walking, and that's obviously a lot to take in for such a young age. Like any puppy training, it's little and often. I think I managed to get her to wait like 4 or 5 times today, and then I could see she was like, I'm bored now, I'm exhausted from this. So we moved on to the next, which was fetch. And as you can see, she's not exactly full of energy at the moment, which is good. So I'm doing a good job at keeping her tired. If you are interested in getting Husky, do your research. It's all I'm saying. Do your research. as you can see, Chloe is not bothered. Oh, by the way, I don't know about anyone else's cats. Chloe will only drink from a glass. We tried putting water in her bowl when we first got her years ago, and she's like not interested. She only drinks from glasses. So as you can see, she is more than happy to eat, and she is not bothered. Her first time seeing a Hoover, as far as I'm aware. She's alright, she's not bothered. So I've hoovered now. I'll mop later tonight, but at least the house is looking somewhat a bit more presentable. Still not my standards if you've been here a while, but it's just nice not to have carrots on the floor or leaves or Lord knows what else. Honestly, at this point I'm actually quite scared because she has been really good today. She's slept basically all afternoon, and I'm like, oh my god, are you actually going to sleep tonight now, you little devil child? Like, she's really happy just playing with herself. Obviously I've been doing like commands with her, so we've been really focusing on weight. We've obviously just come back for our walk, but I literally had to wake her up to take her out. She's, yeah, seems to be sleeping all the time. Well, not all the time, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but she sleeps a lot more. But I don't know whether she just feels settled now. That's a soggy carrot. It was frozen, now it's gone all soggy. I don't know if she's just settled and she's relaxed and she knows this is her home now. I'm not sure. But yeah, she's definitely changing a lot, aren't you, Johnny? Yeesh. And she's a lot more friendly. The biting is a lot less now. Even when, like, if she sees our hands, she tends to lick them now as opposed to bite them. So that's really, really good. So I think she's just starting to realise that this is a home. And of course it takes a bit of adjustment, doesn't it? And Chloe and her are getting on. I mean, they're not best friends, right? But they can be in the same room together. Would I trust Tokyo with Chloe? Absolutely not. I don't know her experience firsthand. But they're getting on, and that's the main thing, and when we're together. Have you got an orange leg? Have you got an orange? Look at that, you've dyed your leg orange from the carrot. You silly girl. Here she is, just in case anyone was wondering. Look at this face. Oh, so squishy. Beautiful girl, aren't you? Here, look at those ears. I love those ears, look at those little ears. So cute. Good morning. So we have now had 3 full days of this one and going into our 4th. As you can tell, she's full of life. We tried going for a walk today and it's foggy, and I just think she completely freaked out and she just didn't want to budge. I tried dragging her with like treats a lot of the way, but no, it wasn't happening today. She was not a fan of the fog, and that's fine. We don't know her past experience or what's happened, so we'll just ease her in. I don't want to scar her. This is what she's doing now. By the way, I was on FaceTime to Mum yesterday and she was like, please turn off your plugs. I mean, the green one doesn't work anyway, that's empty. But that one obviously I bought from B&M at Christmas and I love it. But she was like, please turn it off, it's really bad. So I've turned it off. So yeah, so far this morning, I mean, it's literally only 8:45. I'm shattered already. But she sleeps like an angel, to be fair. She only got up because she could hear me go for a toilet. Someone was very naughty and tried to eat my hand off when I took your bowl away because you wouldn't wait, would you? No. So I put your food up and you had to wait 15 minutes, didn't you? Do you want a toilet? Come on. Jesus Christ, they've got literally the smallest bladders in the world. Oi, I didn't say you could go on the sofa. She's exhausted. We've been playing fetch. And look. Boop. Hello, darling. Hello. Put herself up there, didn't she? Whilst I was keeping you busy, she come downstairs and jumped up. She's got the devil in her today. My poor hand, she's just come up. We were playing fetch and she's just, I don't know if you can see how red it is, but we were playing fetch and she's just grabbed my hand, bit down. That was the hardest bite I've ever had. That actually really hurt. I'm just pleased, honestly, I'm so pleased that this is able to happen. Chloe is super confident. Aren't you, darling? Yeah, you tell her. Look at that face. Don't mess with her. Look who's joining us in the back garden. And Tokyo's around here too. There's trouble. There she is over there. No doubt causing more trouble. They're emptying the bins outside, aren't they, Tokyo? And you don't like it. You seem a bit nervous, don't you? You need to be on the sofa, don't you, apparently? Yes. Yes. Look at this tiny ickle face. God, they're noisy out there, aren't they? Yes, look at those big old floppy ears. Oh, jiggle. Oh, jiggle. She is exhausted today. Aren't you? Yes. Good morning, everyone. So it is currently 7:30. We have been up since 6 a.m. Not because Tokyo got up, because I need to get ready, so I decided I'd spend an hour and a half with her, go out for a walk, feed her, make sure she's had a wee and a poo, some nice quality downtime. That's the carrot she's eating, by the way. Yeah, honestly, she was a bit like, what on earth are you doing up so early? I don't do mornings, which is great. She looks like she's only done one wee actually in her cage today, which is a surprise. Normally there's about 2 or 3, but as soon as I ran outside, she literally done a wee, didn't you? Good girl. And she's been pretty chilled. Chloe joined us in the garden this morning. I stuck her on a lead. Tokyo decided it was appropriate to start barking at 7 a.m. and set off another dog. Which was not ideal because it is currently spring break over here, so the kids aren't even going to school, so no one's up. Hello everyone. This is my face. You haven't seen it in a while. Honestly, this is the first time I've worn makeup since Saturday, literally since we picked her up. So as you can see, I'm like the ultimate catfish. I've got that makeup down, but yeah, because it's the first time I've got makeup on, I just thought I'd show my face so you know I'm here. She was actually pretty good today when I got dressed. I exhausted her, put her in her cage, and then went upstairs to get ready, and she was okay. She got a bit, well, she did. She barked for about 5 minutes straight, and then she calmed herself down. But she has discovered her howl. So last night, me and Ollie were in bed, and we just put her to bed, gone upstairs. As always, she cries for about 5 minutes and calms down. But last night, because the crying didn't work, she decided to howl. And I tell you what, obviously we didn't come downstairs, but it is really incredible actually, the sound she makes. It's really sweet. Obviously I'm not a massive fan of it at night, but it's really cute. So she was trying to call us back up, or back down, but obviously it didn't work. So at the moment, it's a bit of a crazy house. Chloe literally wants to be downstairs more than she ever has been. So I don't know if she's trying to assert her dominance, like say, no, this is my downstairs too, or what. But normally she's used to spend most of her day upstairs in her room, and now she likes to be down here. So I don't know whether that's because me and Tokyo spend a lot of time outside, and Chloe, I normally put Chloe on the lead and she can come join us, so I think she quite likes that. But Tokyo has barked at her quite a lot. Like when she sees her, she does bark in her face. Luckily, Chloe obviously doesn't care and has tried smacking her quite a few times. Tokyo jumps back, but Chloe won't have it. She will tell her off. So she seems to be being put in her place. This is the current situation. I have made her some makeshift ice cubes. Do you want to show them? Look. So I've just got some little containers and then just put some biscuits in them. Then she has to obviously try and crunch it. I don't know, it's good for her teething, and also the whole water now smells of those stinky biscuits, so she loves it. So it keeps her quiet and keeps her cool. Obviously she's a husky who's living in Dubai. I have the aircon on literally all the time, but something I'm very conscious of. Over here we have Chloe eating her food. Nice and confident, which is good. She's not bothered at all. Good girl, you do wherever you want to go. Yeah, do you want to go up? You done? Okay, I'll make shift stair gate. Up she goes. So as you can see, she's very confident, she's not bothered. Tokyo is starting to be quite desensitized to it. I'm really trying. Something I'm very conscious of, like I really want Chloe to feel like she can own the space. This is her house still, it always will be. So I'm really trying. Another thing I'm really trying to do is show her that I'm alpha. She seems to have taken to Ollie that he is alpha, but for whatever reason, she doesn't seem to think I am at the moment. Well, she hasn't previously, but it's starting to work now. So I've watched quite a few videos, 60 formula being one of them. So there was an episode on It's Me or the Dog, and with Victoria Stillwell. Yeah, Stillwell. I love her, by the way. I've actually watched every single video. One of them was about like the demon husky, and I thought this sounds a bit familiar at this moment in time. One of the things they said is you need to assert your dominance, so you eat before them. So essentially what I've been doing, she's been quite good at waiting for her food, but one thing I've been doing is pretend to eat from the bowl first. And I tell you what, I've only done that 24 hours, and the amount of respect I'm getting now is ridiculous. She waits a lot more. Another thing I'm doing is she can't have her food until she breaks eye contact with it. So because she's so food obsessed, I'm trying to get her used to the fact like you don't need to be zoned in on that food to know it's gonna come to you. Focus on me, I'm the one who's going to tell you can have it. And I tell you what, that's worked as well. And she now literally doesn't even stare at her food when I'm like telling her to wait. As soon as I put that bowl down, she just stares at me. Like her focus is completely on me, and I will count to like 30 seconds. It's gone up, so originally it was 10, 15, 20, so now we're on 30 seconds. And she is just focused on me for that 30 seconds, looking into my eyes, like, when can I have my food? So she's really getting there. Outside, she's getting very much used to as well. So at one point she wouldn't go outside unless I was outside, but now she can go outside for a little bit, but not too long without someone watching her. So generally I just sit on the stairs and watch her. Weeing, it's a massive problem. All of her poos go outside. She's doing really well on that. She's had 0 accidents with poos literally since the first day now, I think, or the second day. But wheeze, massive problem. I've put puppy pads out and she's just not even bothering on the puppy pads. So I'm gonna really try and focus on that again. Every time she wheezes, I pick her up and I stick her outside. And obviously that means there's a trail of wee, but it is what it is. I'm hoping she'll get used to it. Even if she can go on the puppy pads for now, I'll be happy. She knows to use them in her crate. Her puppy pads in the morning generally do have wee on them, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. Also, another good thing about this dog is that I seem to be losing weight. I weighed myself this morning and I've lost a few kg already. I'm really not bothered about my weight or anything like that, but obviously I'm getting a bit chunky. I just became a massive slob over lockdown. It's not even lockdown out here, that's the biggest joke. Like, we can still do stuff, but for the last year, I've been getting up at like, don't know, 9:30, 10, and that's because Ollie's like, come on, get up, start the day. And then I'd literally just clean and sit on the sofa. So already I'm like up and about, and I'm actually feeling pretty good on like no sleep. Naturally I wake up now before my alarm, because as soon as I wake up, my new routine is now wake up, put my clothes on straight away, take her for outside first, then she does her little wee, 'cause she doesn't like weeing out on a walk. So she either does a wee or a poo or both outside in the garden. As soon as she's done that, we go for a little walk. When she comes back, she has her breakfast, I have my morning coffee, then we play a bit really. So we've got a nice little schedule down. It's just trying to find ways to exhaust her, literally exhaust her. Look what she's done, she's just pulled it off Chloe's cat tree. What have you done? What is that? Right, she knows it's bad. Look, she's gonna put herself in bed. What is that? That is naughty. Naughty. Look, she puts herself in her bed. We've never told her to go in her bed like that. Like, if she's naughty, we don't say, get in your bed. So she's just learnt that that's like her little, her cage and her bed are hers. We do tend to feed, like, if I give her carrots to eat or those ice cubes, I do tend to put them on her bed. So I think she's just associated that now with like her little zone, which is good, very good. Another thing I've noticed is that she's definitely becoming a lot more affectionate. So her ears go down when she greets us now, and she seems to be more cuddly, less nippy so far today, which is good. It's already been 6 hours and she hasn't really nipped me. She normally nips when she gets tired, so that's when she goes in her crate, has a little nap, out she comes again, and she's okay. But yeah, she's doing all right. She's still quite barky around Chloe, but luckily Chloe's not too bothered. We've just been doing some training, haven't we, darling? We've done some Chloe desensitization. I don't even know if that's a word, but basically Chloe decided to come downstairs on her own, by the way, so we now have the stair gate up and she can fit through that crack there. Fully aware I need to sort out that. Yeah, so Chloe came downstairs and I sat on the floor of Tokyo, and I was just making her focus on me, giving her treats when she did. Every time she looked at Chloe, I'd refocus her energy on me and the treats, and it went really well, so much so that Chloe actually came over and sat on my lap and then went right into her face and sniffed her bum, and Tokyo literally stayed there perfectly. She didn't move. Every time she broke her focus, obviously she's still a puppy, I regained it really quickly. That is definitely the pro of having such a food obsessed dog, is that you really just can gain their focus again with some food. And yeah, she's got another one of her makeshift ice cubes. Do you want to show it off? It's quite a big one, this one actually, because obviously it's just normal Tupperware tubs, but in there's obviously some little treats, and then she licks them off. And she can bite as well, which is good. So look, it takes her ages. Obviously it will gradually melt away, but she really likes water, so the feel of it she loves. It's just perfect for those, and obviously they're really inexpensive. It's better than an actual treat, because I just put them in plastic tubs, stick them in the freezer myself. So yeah, they're a great little thing. She's definitely still food obsessed, look. Doesn't want me touching her. Good girl. So every time she growls at me, I'll stroke her even more, so she knows I'm not here to take it away. I gave it to her. We're getting there. It's such a hard life. I mean, how do you even get yourself in that position? She's been asleep for quite some time. She's definitely going to be like a little devil dog later. Lord. Sit. Good girl. Show everyone how wet you are. We've just been outside in the garden playing with the hose. Ollie was just cleaning the back, because obviously we've got fake grass, so it's to keep the grass looking green. So we have never done that. Then look at the state of you. You enjoy playing with the hose. Did you? You're such a wit. Look how wet you are. Ooh. But anyway, it is Tokyo's third meal of the day. She gets fed about probably 4 times a day, every 3 hours generally, isn't it? I'm going to show you how she sits and waits like a good girl. She actually seems particularly desperate today. So let's see how she does. Come here. That's a funny sit. Not a wee. Oh, you're too tired after all that fun. Do you want your food? I don't even know if I'm going to have to do. Wait. Good girl! Good girl! Look at that. A whole minute, and she sat there and she waited, and she looked at me basically the whole time. That's a big deal. Hello everyone, it's me again. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this video here. We technically haven't had Tokyo for a whole week yet. We have had her a week tomorrow evening, but I feel like there's a lot of footage here. I'm just going to go ahead and conclude it here. A few things, I literally feel like Tokyo is a different dog from when we first got her. She is so patient now. She's come such a long way on her weight command. Just watching her. So for food now, she can wait like 90 seconds and she will not even look at the food. Like, she looks me dead straight in the eyes for 90 seconds and she will not even focus on the food, which is incredible because obviously she is desperate for it and she wants it. And that's such a big thing for her for, yeah, a week, not even a week's worth of training yet. And we've gone from a food aggressive dog to a dog who will sit and wait for 90 seconds and will not even look at the food. So that's incredible in itself. She's also not nipping as much. I'd say she's literally nowhere near as bad as she was. She is still nipping, but only when she has the zoomies and she has her little outbursts. Oh, she's come to say hello, which is completely understandable, isn't it, darling? Yes, it is. It's so understandable because we all get the zoomies sometimes. So she can be a bit nippy then. But other than that, she's there goes my makeup. Other than that, she's extremely good. She does, like I said, get a bit mouthy when she wants some attention. This is a perfect example. I've noticed how much more Did you just burp? Oh, I did just feed her. Also, another thing I've noticed is how much more affectionate she is. So really, we've been working really hard. Me in particular, she gathered pretty quickly that Ollie was alpha, but it took me a bit longer. I don't think she thought I was alpha. So I really had to work hard to show that I was on like ahead of her in the pack, which is really important, remembering that obviously these are very close to wolves, and although she's extremely cute, I'm very aware that she is very close to a wolf. So the importance of the pack structure was very important to me. So I noticed a big difference when I started eating her food before her. So I'd put her food in a bowl and I would literally pretend to eat it. And that, for me, I saw a big difference. There's a lot of respect when I started doing that. And I learned that from 60 Formula. Obviously, I've spoke about him before. Also, another thing we're trying to do is we're trying to control her urges with Chloe. So Chloe's just jumped down from her food. And Tokyo is sat here eyeing her up, but she's not lunged for her, which is amazing. So I've done that by treating her and giving her treats whenever she sees Chloe and she is calm. If she's too hyped up and aggressive, she gets removed from the situation. It's really important for me that Chloe knows she is safe, and also Tokyo knows she can't attack her, simply because as it stands at the moment, she's not really controlling her bites. They're not as bad as what they were, but if she bit Chloe, she would kill her. Like, there really isn't a lot here, but she hasn't learned out yet. She doesn't know when to stop. So for me, it was really important that she knows that she's nice and calm around Chloe. She's extremely jealous, Tokyo, so she does still jump up at Chloe on the sofa when she's trying to cuddle us. But other than that, she's getting good. Leave it. Go on, Chloe, do what you gotta do. Good girl. Lots of training, lots of effort. So we're doing new things all the time with her, and she is just a really intelligent dog. So she is cottoning on so quick. I'm gonna wrap it up here now. I hope you enjoyed the footage. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what it's like having a dog for a week, a new puppy, a new husky puppy. We're learning, she's getting better every single week, and I can't wait to keep you all updated. So I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thank you, bye.